No, no, no. I'm very busy today. What's up?
I'm returning your phone call.
Returning my phone call. Well,
We asked you to call here then.
Okay, yeah, you did.
Are you intending on coming to the library armed under your First Amendment right tonight?
It would be a Second Amendment right, and what I had planned on doing was asking. Wow, this got way out of proportion.
Well, the library's talking about a gentleman coming with a gun to the meeting tonight.
Wow.
Small children in the library.
That's
so
scary.
That's where you're coming from, and I'll tell you what the rules of fair play are. So
yeah, that's really scary. I could see why you would be like calling and wanting to talk to me. I simply asked them about the open carry laws and how it applied to the public library.
Okay, and they probably couldn't answer that, so they called the police department really fast. So your technical question might be.
Yeah. I'm asking if I can open carry in the public library.
Yeah, no, shouldn't do that.
Okay.
If you look at, I'll give you a state statute.
Sir, you don't have to give me anything. All I was asking is if it's okay or not. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, that's as simple as that. I would take it.
Yeah.
For some reason, you scared them. If you and I seem to have a business like. I don't know what.
Because that's what gun. You say the word gun, and I didn't even say the word gun. I said open carry. I'm very professional about it. Is it okay to open carry in the public library up there? And
okay.
I was like, wow. And she really just went like off the deep end with me, and she was just like, you want to bring a weapon into the library? And I'm like, no. I was just wondering if you guys. Recognize the Second Amendment in there. That's all. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. So, and then I saw this email, and I was like, and I've got John William, my mentor, on the other line here. So we're constitutionalists, man. We're patriots, dude.
Okay.
So you got totally nothing to fear from us. I mean, we're on your side. Now here's the other thing: is that I mean, if I was gonna do something like that, would I call and ask if I can bring a gun?
Well, actually, what you can do is the law provides that you can do that.
Yeah.
Disorderly conduct applies. So
yeah, but I just want to address the fear factor here all around.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean the common sense tells you that I'm not going to call there and ask if I can bring a gun into the building if I plan on doing something malicious with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the way they took it.
Yeah, man, but I mean they take a step back, count to 10, and if a crazy guy would not call ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to go through the motions, man, and run through the proper channels. That's all.
Yeah, well, state and government buildings is an exemption under that statute. That, maybe they didn't give it to you.
No, I was reading over it, and I was reading over what the stuff that Governor Doyle said, and then there was a quote about one guy said, so what do you just strap it to your hip and just do it like that? And he said, well, I guess that's what you do, and then they were talking about public, government buildings. But now public buildings is that you know what I'm saying? I was just curious as how the public library considered themselves a government building or a public building, and how that applied to the open carry law. And it was just
Yep. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, for a second I think I was losing you there. There was an echo or
sure. And I'm happy. And as a matter of fact, would you be willing? I'm actually with the press. Would you, now that I love to talk to chiefs of police and stuff like that anytime I can, would you like to sit down with me for a few minutes and a few of my peers and maybe talk about the Constitution?
Well, not really, but I'm going to send a policeman to the meeting tonight to see how it goes over there at 6 o'clock, because I'm kind of done for the day. So if I'm being taped or you have other people on, you should let me know. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, no. What I was asking you is would you? I'm with the press, and I was wondering. I love to talk to people.
Newspaper, then. What press are you with? Are you a reporter? Are you with the press that you're taping? Or I'm trying to see where you're coming from.
No, I'm not taping or anything, sir. What I'm asking you is, taping as far as I always record any conversations with any government entities for my own posterity to make sure that I'm protecting myself. You know, none of that's. You know what I'm saying? So, but that being said, what I want to, but I do want to say that I am, you know, with a valid press outfit. And I was wondering if you would be open to my company is called Powerbang Incorporated.
Yeah.
And we're incorporated as a media company, and I do, you know, I go out and do interviews with people about the Constitution. I've talked about the Constitution wherever I go. And would you be willing to talk about the Constitution?
Probably not. No, but I'm going to send police officers to the meeting night to make sure that it goes, you know, fine.
We had no problems the last meeting. I don't know why you would be sending police officers to the meeting tonight.
Well, they really asked if we would be there because they had a different take on your conversation. They thought that you might be coming anyway with a gun there or not, and it doesn't mean there are some things that you can and can't do, and you get 10 different opinions on that from 10 different people, but I'll give you mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is, I understand you have First and Second Amendment rights, but there is also a right to order, to public order, and I don't think that into that building with small children around would be within public order. And that there is a state statute on some of that too, which you are.
Okay, so are you afraid that even though that I have gone through proper channels and I've just simply asked the question, is it okay to open carry? Are you afraid that I'll still somehow I'm not a man of my word and that I will in fact open carry even after you've advised me not to?
No, but they asked if we would come up there to make sure that there isn't a problem, and I will honor my word there. I don't feel any threat from you whatsoever.
All right. Well, see, the thing is that now I feel a threat from you.
Oh, okay. Well, then you do what you have to do. So. And your threat is how? How is that?
Well, because I told you that this was something that was just blown way out of proportion. Okay.
I tend to agree with you.
Okay. And now you're feeling that there needs to be some sort of a state presence, watching over our meeting.
I want you to get it crystal clear.
Uh-huh.
The library has